goes to KSI and his brother Deji. Round of a fucking applause. Yo, we will stand for that. And I'm not talking because it was a good set of fights. I'm not talking because it was entertaining. I'm just saying, make your money how you can make it, because boy, we just witnessed history. We witnessed the hustle of the decade. I won't say the century, but of the decade. Folks, if you paid for this fight, yo, press F to pay respects for him. Let's just go ahead and just say a prayer, just a moment of silence, briefly. Nah, y'all don't even deserve a moment of silence. You played yourselves. Y'all have no one but yourselves to blame. So let's talk about it. Now, we can talk about the undercard. You got people out here doing fucking Fortnite emotes and all this other dumb shit. We're not even going to talk about them. We're just going to talk about the two main events. So when we first had Jake Paul versus Little Deji, let's be honest here. When it came down to it, all Deji was here to prove was I ain't no bitch, put some respect on my name, and I'm more than KSI's brother. That's all the motherfucker gave a fuck about, and that's about all the fight was worth. I thought he was going to get the hands. I honestly did. My man was shorter, didn't have a reach advantage, looked like he can't fight. You got people out here just roasting him now because he couldn't get the job done, but he made the dude bleed. That's about it. We don't really want to talk about that fight. What we want to talk about is what was the big spicy meatball. Ladies and gentlemen, Logan Paul versus KSI, and the reason why I thought this was all funny was because we could talk about the fight all day, every day, and how stupid garbage it was, but let's call it what it was. If you had to sit there and be honest with you, Logan was clapping them ass cheeks for the first 2 rounds. KSI started bringing it back, dominated in the 4th round. 5th round, you could argue it went either way, but then 6th round, we already know KSI just slapped that man up. So honestly, each one won about 3 rounds apiece. And then the scorecards were coming out and they said that it was a draw and everyone was like, it's shock and awe. And I'm like, yeah, that's how boxing is scored. Like, a lot of people who are used to YouTube videos have the what have you done for me in the last 10 seconds mentality. So it's just, they think it's like World Star. If you whoop my ass for 5 rounds, but then like I just start dominating the shit out of you for the 6th round, but I don't knock you out, that means that I won the fight. That's not how that works. It's a 5-1 ass beating that I would have taken if you just beat me up for 5 rounds, but on the 6th round, I activated my Super Saiyan 12 powers and just beat the fuck out of you Baltimore style and just went super ham like I'm Reinhardt for fucking Overwatch out here, just getting the hammer and just beating you like you're a fucking tenderized piece of meat. That's not how that works. So, they were mad at the decision being a majority rule draw. For those of you who don't know how majority works, it's like this. When 2 of the people on the scorecard said it's a draw, it didn't matter what the 3rd person said because it's a fucking draw. It's a draw. It's each vote counts equally. So if one person says they won, that doesn't mean that you add up all the scores and that's a W. It's not how that works. That's not how boxing has ever worked. Sorry that a lot of you were ignorant to that fact and may not have been put up to snuff. You figured the commentators would have been able to explain that to you at some point, but boy, speaking of those commentators, the commentators, they were trash throughout the entire night, but I'm not going to get on too hard. But what I want to talk about is there was something I noticed, and it was something that like me and my friends were tossing around when the fight was up on Twitch, because if you pay for this fight, you're a goddamn idiot. But for the people who were watching it on Twitch, we were over here having our nice little time. We were editing videos. We were getting ready to workshop this podcast that we're going to be doing next week, so keep an eye out for that. So we're doing all that, and the fight's just on in the background, and we're all just enjoying life, and everything's great. And holy shit, dude! Like, can we just shut that shit the fuck up just for a second? Sorry, Discord. Like, apparently every time I want to record, I become really popular on Discord. Anyways, so all that being said, the commentators come up with this just stupid, ignorant ass bullshit where they're like, "Wow, the rematch, I guess, has to be on now here, Kenny. Yeah, you're right there, John. Unfortunately for me, we're going to be going to LA." And it's like, let me get this straight. Did nobody catch the fact that the commentators had already picked the location, knew where they were going for the rematch, while the people, Logan and KSI, didn't even really agree to a rematch yet? Did anybody else find that weird? And if you thought that was weird, well, it's because now you got stories coming out. They have already booked the fight weeks in advance and already knew there was going to be a rematch to where it didn't even matter what happened in the ring today. You guys were going to get your KSI Logan 2, which is already going to be signed in the U.S. to go to Cali. I just thought it was weird that the commentators would make the big oof mistake of saying that before it was quote-unquote made public on the commentary desk. A lot of people haven't really picked up, but go back and watch. Before, when they're still talking about, yeah, man, there should be a rematch, man, we might have to cook something up. Yeah, when the competitors are still saying mights, and yeah, we should do it. La-di-da-di fucking da. All that stuff. The commentators before that had already said, yeah, man, the rematch is going to be in LA, and I can't wait. And it's like, who the fuck are you?
The exciting side, sorry, of this is now we get to go to LA.
Yes,
absolutely.
hello.
Hello,
That's a big rematch. 100%.
A majority draw.
I mean, it sets up perfectly. It's going to be fun. I'm down to see it all again.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Thank you very much.
I mean, the boxing promotion shouldn't already know that the rematch is happening when the people involved firsthand who are laying the hands on each other aren't even involved. Like, I just don't understand. That shit is fucking mind-boggling to my motherfucking ass. But that's neither here nor there. So, apparently there's going to be a rematch. It's going to be the Bout for CLOUT 2. The CLOUT continues, or some shit like that. More KSI versus Logan action. And if that's what you guys want, then hey, look, that's what you guys want. But this shit was in the background. I'm looking over my shoulder. I see it on Twitch, and I'm just like, people paid $10 for this. $7 or £7 and $7.50 in pounds, I believe it was. You had $10. You had to watch it on YouTube. And I saw that at one point there was over 100,000. So I know they made at least $1 million off the local selling of that fight. Or I should say the recording and distribution of that fight. Not to mention how much they're going to make when it's uploaded and edited on YouTube, on the highlights, then the full fight. Not to mention all the shit that all the big YouTubers are going to talk about the fight. And then, not only that, then you have to talk about the big one. And the big one is the rematch and the on-site revenue and merch that they probably sold. They probably sold fucking out. So, yes, you're probably going to get more of these YouTube celebrity fights. And I'm going to be honest with you, I kind of hope we don't. Because if this is what we're going to get every time, like, yo, I'm not even a boxing fan. But that shit that I saw today, when that motherfucker got out there and just started hitting us with the... Like, once I saw that, I was like, yo, wrap this shit up. Turn it off. Cut all this shit. This shit is ass. This shit is basura. This shit belongs in the trash can. Just jump shot. Don't even Kobe it. Just jump in the trash. If it missed, don't even pick it up. It's garbage. But that's just me. That's just my opinion. I got some NFL games I need to start watching. So I'll probably be streaming if this game is whack. Because like I said, it's preseason. It really gives a fuck. So probably just going to watch this. Get to streaming. I'll catch you guys next time. I've been your boy, Mr. Cthulhu Hoop. Deuces.